In this video, I want to talk about my time as an indie author and, well, I might still finish another book eventually, but last night I finally deleted my author dedicated Instagram page because some of the reviewers that I'd gotten to read the book I published at the end of August, they still hadn't gotten back to me after like 3, 4 months. So I decided, you know what? I've waited long enough. 2024 is almost over. I don't think it's gonna happen. So I deleted the Instagram account and threads, and now I'm back to just the one Instagram that is synced to my Facebook. And I'm not gonna go out of my way to push my books on Amazon because I realized recently that I prefer doing this with YouTube, just choosing topics and then saying whatever I want to. That I'm honestly finding more fulfilling, even if the views don't go through the roof or anything like that. It feels nice to get stuff out sooner rather than later, and now doing it on a daily basis. So let's talk about how this all began. In December of 2020, I watched the movie Soul, and I realized my spark. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, it's the thing that you do for that makes you feel alive. It was coming up with fiction. So I thought instead of the screenplay writing that I was aspiring to do, that I was trying to figure out, I decided to take my story ideas and turn them into novels. This was before ChatGPT, so I had to write it from scratch. But I figured out using the Pages app and read it, reread it, and then published it. That was my first book in 2021. And it felt good, I paid tribute to my hometown. I got to create the a what I now know that they're called is analogs of people I knew from my time in high school and and then the one that my work in progress, if you will, is has has analogs similar to what Mario Puzo did with The Godfather. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I did that during the first third of 2021. And then after that, I got right to work on the sequel, which took a solid 2 years for me to finish because I kind of lost interest and had more shifts at the instant gratification job. And then I was also trying to do the movie and TV reviews. Well, movies at first, and then I expanded to TV in 2022. I was putting those out for free in a sad attempt to drive up sales, which I'm beginning to realize maybe that wasn't the best idea. So fast forward to May of 2023 when I was starting to lose engagement on the movie and TV reviews because I was dumping out like episode reviews of different shows every single hour. Like seriously, it would be like every few hours I'd put out episode of a review of an episode of a show that I watched, and I would just flood my schedule with so many different shows that were dropping weekly, and then my primary TV show, and then more movies to see, new ones at the theater, older ones that I was doing that. As Chuck McGill said when he was raging against the chicanery, what was I thinking? So yeah, 2023, literally the same day. Yeah, the same day as that I had my wisdom tooth extraction, I just dumped out the sequel to the original book, and I was like, "Hey, everybody, it's here! Yay!" Fast forward to this year when I decided to, well, last year now because this is probably going to go up in 2025, but fast forward to 2024, I played around with ChatGPT more and I settled on writing this book that was a really creative idea I had that I just couldn't not write. I wrote I worked with ChatGPT on the outline and then had it generate passages that I would edit and then go from there until it was about 50-50 me and the AI. And then August I published it and I got some sales. I got a little extra money in. That's good. But I made the mistake of not sending out advanced review copies to those reviewers because they probably had other ones in their queue. And I didn't have like what was it, a PR box or anything like that. I was just like, hey, you want a free ebook to review? So, of these numerous that I messaged, a few of them said yes, and I sent it to them and they figured it out. And I found this one who did paid reviews, which, if you're thinking about putting anything out there, don't pay people for reviews. There's no guarantee that it'll drive up sales. Because within weeks after publishing the review, I got literally no, I did not get any sales. However, one of the reviewers who just wanted to, who was willing to read it just to review it, was nice enough to give me some honest feedback about how she DNF'd it. That stands for did not or do not finish. But she gave me some good feedback that about how maybe it was a little obvious that the female protagonist was written by a man, but I took it to heart and just moved on. So, over the course of trying to figure out how to do Instagram stuff for it, and then trying to decide whether I could justify spending money on on having someone else do that, I realized that I enjoyed watching YouTube videos like these while listening to them in the background, and I decided to take a shot at it myself, and now I'm doing this. So far as I'm recording this may have changed by the time this goes up, but I have like 5 subscribers now, who I'm really happy to have. This feels a lot nicer. I mean, it's a pain to have to wait to have the house to myself or as few people around as possible because don't I don't think I want my mom or dad to hear me talking about AI girlfriends or anything like that, at least live. They watch it after the fact. That's fair. I made it publicly available. I'm choosing to do that, but it's a lot less awkward in the long run. So yeah, another thing that was kind of a problem for finding reviewers or potential customers is that most of Bookstagram is just romance novels. I'm not kidding. It was pretty much impossible to find someone who specialized in sci-fi fantasy or someone who didn't specialize in romance novels. Of course, that's got me thinking maybe it would be worth trying romance novels and then just marketing them to a female audience that is much more likely to buy compared to my sci fi writings, because I have a really hard time with defining target audiences, if I'm being completely honest. Ever since high school, when during video production class we'd have to define target audiences, I was just like, I just want to make the thing I want to make. Of course, now I'd have ChatGPT identify a potential target audience based on what I have and then go from there. So, for example, this YouTube channel I would say is definitely targeted at men in their 20s like me. If any women are watching, hi. But the priority target audience is men in their 20s and 30s. And I'd say 25 and up, which would fall under the new adult genre, according to this one reviewer that I talked to. The one I paid for the review, $52 pretty much down the toilet because of that. Don't pay for promotions and don't try to do something just for a shout out. If just do your thing and eventually the right audience will appear. Or choose a target audience and focus on appealing to them and don't flip flop on that. So, yeah, that's why I decided to pretty much get out of the indie author scene. Not enough of the target audience for at least the first 2 books I wrote. The new one did have a female protagonist, but I don't know if I wrote her in a way that was appealing to female readers. From what I saw, though, maybe writing romance novels under a pseudonym and then not even really writing them, more like publishing, uh, more like generating them with AI, maybe tweaking them a little, maybe adding the spice that would add some appeal, and then those might sell better. Yeah, it'd be generated with the AI because I have other ideas that I really want to do if I were to write more. I'd like something with commentary about the birth rate, the loneliness epidemic, something thoughtful and reflective of society. Sure, it might be a little dated, but at a certain point, but it would be a time capsule of sorts. But for now, I'm focusing on this YouTube channel, looking to give a video every single day, or at least most days. So, thanks for watching. If you made it here to the end, be sure to give it a like, comment what you think about all this, subscribe for daily videos. I'll see you soon.